We're back for our daily NBA best bets here on the channel for Wednesday, November 19th. We've got about 10 games today in the National Basketball Association, and obviously we're going to have our 5 best bets for this slate. Folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA best bets here on the channel. Earlier today, we posted our college basketball best bets on the channel as well, along with our college football predictions that were posted a couple days ago. Over 4 hours of week number 13 college football predictions, and yesterday we had our week 12 predictions put up as well, along with on Greedo Plays MMA, our UFC Fight Night Qatar predictions with Arman Sarukian taking on Dan Hooker from Doha, Qatar. So make sure to go check out all of those videos linked in the description down below. And again, make sure to make sure to subscribe to both Greedo Plays and Greedo Plays MMA as well. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the NBA, kicking things off with one of our 2 player props today. And let's go to the first matchup on ESPN. It's a heavyweight fight, you can say. In Cleveland, Ohio, Cavaliers versus Rockets. We're going with Lonzo Ball, over 7.5 RA, so rebounds and assists tonight for ZO2. Lonzo, of course, okay. We're going to take Lonzo again over on the 7.5 rebounds and assists. It's a free line. I really feel like it is. I mean, sure, again, we're not getting the best value on it. It's minus 135, and, you know, most lines we look to aim for, at least on player props, we're looking for around the minus 115-ish range. But I'll take a minus 135 for Lonzo for a line that has been pretty good for him in the last couple of games. Lonzo's playing, you know, about the same amount of minutes every single game, 22 to about 28 minutes every single night. Still no Darius Garland, which is a major thing. Like, if Garland was playing, I would not take this line for Lonzo. But with no Darius Garland, still out with the toe injury, this is automatic with Lonzo Ball because Ball is starting at point guard for this team with the Garland injury. Technically, you can say Donovan Mitchell's the point guard, but then Lonzo just plays the 2. Regardless, though, Lonzo's going to play. Lonzo probably going to come off the bench, in a bench role here. Again, They started Lonzo at the 1 earlier this season, and they started just playing him off the bench because they've been starting, Sam Merrill they're starting now. It's whatever. Lonzo's still going to play big minutes. And again, like, if Garland's in the lineup, those minutes go even further down, right? So, regardless, Lonzo's not starting, but he's playing big minutes, and that is a result of the Garland injury. What happens to Lonzo after this, I don't know. Again, Lonzo's only started a couple games this season, but then they went back to him on the bench recently. Okay, that's fine, because again, Lonzo's still going to get production. Lonzo's going to actually get a lot of run with the second unit, and still, coming off the bench, Ball is playing about 25-ish minutes a game. That's completely fine. So again, the target number for us tonight is 8 rebounds and assists. Look at the last couple games he has had. Against Milwaukee on Monday, we don't really care how many points he scores because Lonzo is not going to shoot the ball that much. Lonzo is not going to, score 15-plus points per game likely, but he's going to do the other things. He's going to grab boards. He's going to move the ball. He's going to play make. He's going to grab assists. So Lonzo's last game against the Milwaukee Bucks, 23 minutes, and sure, only 6 points, but 5 rebounds and 5 assists, 10 RA. Against Memphis, 9 points, don't care, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 12 RA. Against the Miami Heat, 15 points. Mitchell was out that game, if I'm not mistaken. 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Perfect. Game before that against Miami, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, whatever. 4-4 against the Bulls prior to that. 1-8 against the Sixers. 6-3 against the Atlanta Hawks. And we can go throughout the entire season, guys. Lonzo Ball's hit this line in every game but 1 all year long. All the games he's played in October, over 8 RA. Every game so far in November, except for 1, it was the first game in Miami on the road where the Cavs lost the 140-138 overtime game, has been the only game all year long Lonzo Ball has not gone over 7.5 rebounds and assists. He had 4 rebounds and 2 assists in that game. Lonzo on average gets about 9.5, 10 RA a game. We're getting great value in this spot because Lonzo, he's in that, like, I don't know, do I want to make a Josh Giddey comp? Sure. Okay, this is a weird one, but Josh Giddey finds ways to get rebounds and assists every single game. It's just a matter of some nights it's the rebounds he gets a bunch of, some nights it's assists. It's just how he plays. He's an active player, gets the ball in his hands. Lonzo's the same exact way. Again, there will be nights where, go back to November 5th, where the Cavs play the Sixers. Lonzo Ball's got 1 rebound in that game, but he also has 8 assists. And then he'll have games where, the Memphis game, he'll grab 7 boards, and at the same time, he'll also get 5 assists as well. I mean, to me, again, it feels like a very easy line. And Lonzo, there's really been no change in minutes for Ball. If anything, minutes have gone down a little bit recently. He went from playing like 28-ish minutes to about 25-ish. I'm not too concerned. Again, I don't really think that's a major rotational thing. I think that's just, spots of games and Lonzo, again, in certain situations getting kind of squeezed out a little bit. That's fine. Again, Ball's still going to be a 20 plus minutes per game player. And I'm shocked, honestly, the line's even at this. I would expect an 8.5 line. I'd expect maybe a 9, just a 9 flat line. Instead, we get it at 7.5. That's perfect, in my opinion, here. For a guy who, again, Lonzo's not score first. He's really never been score first. He's always been a guy that wants to set up his teammates, and he's someone, again, he's a big guard, really playing the 2-ish kind of this season. Yeah, essentially playing the 2. Still through the ball up court. Again, depends on the situation, obviously, and who's on the court with him at the same time. But Ball's always been a bigger guard, 6'5" tall, and he's always been a guy who can play, make, and grab rebounds. So this is a perfect line for us. Lonzo Ball, again, over 7.5 RA. Cleveland takes on Houston. I would expect a lot of points in this one. Games in Cleveland, primetime spot in ESPN, or the first half of the ESPN doubleheader. Obviously, you know what Houston's bringing into this game. A great squad, obviously, who's won 4 consecutive games. They're on fire. It's the 2 seed in the East taking on the 3 seed in the West. Should be a good game. Should be a very active game, obviously, with the pace that both teams do play with. I think Lonzo Ball should find a way, either again with the boards or the assists and both. I don't care. He will find a way to get over 7.5 rebounds and assists. Lonzo Ball, again, over at -135. On to our second best bet of the video as we move to our first money line of the day. Let's go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the Philadelphia 76ers and the Toronto Raptors. Yes, I'm staying away from the other even money game. That would be the Charlotte Hornets going on the road to take on the Indiana Pacers. I want no business in that game, okay? And normally I would say, Pacers all day. Can't do it anymore. I just can't. There's so many injuries. And yeah, Nembhard and Siakam, I can't do it. Instead, we will go to this one. Same time slot, 4 o'clock, Philadelphia 76ers hosting the Toronto Raptors. Give me Toronto. Philadelphia, still an injured team. Does it matter, some of these injuries? Paul George. No, no Joel Embiid, no Kelly Oubre, so that means it is the Tyrese Maxey show. And it's been the Tyrese Maxey show all year long. Sure, VJ Edgecombe has had his nights, but primarily it is a lot of Maxey. Last game for Philadelphia, home game on Monday night against the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers don't win basketball games, and it's a close game, and Philly's got to make a big comeback at the end of that one. At one point, they were down 10 points with 8 minutes to go, but the Clippers suck, and Philadelphia found a way to close. I know, again, we thought that the Sixers were going to be able to cover. They did not, but still, a victory is a victory, and now we're going to play against them here. We're going to bet against them because I think Toronto is the better squad considering the circumstances. And again, Philly beats a bad Clippers team and barely gets by them. Harden had a chance to win the game as the Clippers, go with the full court heave, and then Zubac throws it into Harden. Harden has a chance to win the game at the end. Regardless, though, that was the Clippers game. Or no, that was the Celtics game. Regardless, Harden had a shot at the end of the game. I mixed up my Harden, failed buzzer beaters. But Harden does have 2 chances to tie that game or to take the lead in that at the end of the game. 2 buzzer beating opportunities essentially, and misses both. Regardless, again, Philly's in a razor thin game with the Los Angeles Clippers. And again, it's partly about who's on the court right now for Philadelphia. Now, a really weird one is that fact that Andre Drummond shoots 3-pointers now. I know I've seen it go around NBA Twitter quite a bit. Yes, Andre Drummond has actually somewhat developed the 3-point shot at 32 years of age. Doesn't consistently hit it, but doesn't consistently take it. But he'll shoot, every once in a while he will shoot about 2 to 4 3-pointers per game. And he's shooting at about a 37% rate. It's weird because Drummond's never been that guy. Regardless, though, it's a Sixers lineup that tonight will be starting Maxey, Edgecombe, Barlow, Drummond, and we'll see probably Watford or Grimes, obviously with no PG, and still no Joel Embiid. It's just the story of the Embiid era. He's consistently injured. And now, I went over it the other day, and I will go over it again. The Jared McCain thing's concerning. Jared McCain has still yet to score a point this season. And I get it, he only played 5 minutes against the Clippers, but, has the injury messed with him that badly? This guy was a Rookie of the Year candidate and probably was going to win the Rookie of the Year last season before he got hurt. Obviously, the Rookie of the Year race last year was not wasn't the most top-heavy, obviously. And sure, we ended up getting Stephon Castle, who's a very good player for the San Antonio Spurs. But, there was a point in time where we were saying, Evis Missy? Zach Edey? It's just different from years where we had literally in 5 straight years, Luka, Ja, LaMelo Ball, Scotty Barnes, Paolo Banchero, actually 6 straight years, and then we had Victor Wembanyama. So to go to Stephon Castle was a good player, but obviously not on the level of some of those other guys. And at least the race wasn't on the same, it was more of the Malcolm Brogdon race. Now, I think Stephon Castle is going to be a much better player than Malcolm Brogdon is, in all fairness, regardless of that. The Jared McCain thing's concerning. I know, again, he had the offseason, he had the injury last season, and then he had the offseason injury this year. He's still yet to score, and Jared McCain's just kind of running cardio out there. He was starting all of last year, and now, he's only 21, but, Edgecombe has his starting job now, and it's just like, I don't know where McCain fits anymore on this team. Anyways, the actual scoring right now, Edgecombe is not playing lights out. He had a great start to his NBA career. He's still a very good, consistent player. He's averaging 15.5 points per game. I think, the Rookie of the Year race is, it started obviously heavily in favor of him. I think it has, I can check the odds right now. I believe it has turned to Cooper Flagg quite a bit now. Yes, it's Cooper Flagg at -110, then Con Knuppel, obviously, for the Charlotte Hornets at +220, then Edgecombe at +430. But anyways, though, you're not getting the most production out of Edgecombe right now. It's a lot of Maxey and all Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is the second leading scorer in all of the NBA right now, averaging 32.5 points per night. Obviously only behind Luka Doncic with the Los Angeles Lakers. And the SGA's right behind both of those guys. There's only so much Maxey can do. And you know who's doing a lot of heavy lifting right now? It is Andre Drummond. I don't know. I don't really love Philadelphia. I know they started off pretty hot. They're 4-0. Guys, this team, they're probably going to be in the playoffs this season because the East is so weak. I don't expect them to go anywhere. Flip side, Toronto. Now, do I think Toronto's going anywhere in the playoffs? I don't know, because at some point in time, I'm going to have to say, all right, these East teams that in normal years I'd say are mid. Someone's got to win this season, because no Indiana, no Boston. Sure, Boston might be around, but it's not the Boston team. And if Tatum does make a miraculous comeback for the postseason, obviously it's not going to be 100% Tatum. So I don't know what to expect out of the Eastern Conference. I'm still under the assumption, actually, that I think it might be the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are probably going to win the East, which is an absolutely insane thing to say right now. Yeah, Detroit's looking good. Trust me, I think that's gonna end eventually. I know Atlanta lost to them yesterday. Just wait till Atlanta gets all their guys back and wait till Trey's back. Trey's one of the only guys in this postseason who have actually delivered in the playoffs before, at least on the Eastern side of things. So right now, my pick to win the East is actually the Atlanta Hawks, which might sound crazy, but I think we're en route for a Hawks Thunder finals. Yeah, that's going to be the lowest ratings of all time, and that's going to be Thunder in 4. Anyways, they'll just be one of those when we look at Shea's legacy in 20 years and in 15 years and say, oh yeah, that one. The -1,000 finals, and that's not even if he plays the Hawks. Imagine if the Thunder match up against the Sixers or the Heat or the Bulls or the Magic or hell even Detroit. They're all going to be sweeps. The West is going to be a bloodbath, and the Eastern Conference is going to be who wants it. Anyways, Toronto. We'll see about this team. They've won 3 in a row, though. They beat Cleveland, they beat Indiana, and they won their last game. They played Charlotte, I believe. They beat Charlotte. It's a loaded squad. Quickly, Ingram, RJ Barrett, Barnes, Pirtle. They've got some really good bench guys. Raptors, I like Jamal Shed quite a bit. I watched Jacoby Walter quite a bit in college. The Raptors like Dick a lot, Grady Dick. Mamu's been playing well. I'm going to go with the Raptors. They've got some all-around great players. Again, you got quickly Ingram, Barrett, Barnes, Pirtle starting in that bench unit again. You bring in Shed, you put in Dick. It's a good bench unit that they have. I'm gonna go Philadelphia to lose. I think Toronto can go on the road and beat this team right now, especially again, it's just all Maxey. I'm gonna go with Toronto here on the road, -115. On to our third best bet of the video. You thought I was gonna go scoring for SGA? Nope. Assists for SGA. We have to find ways to approach and attack these Thunder games any means necessary, because it's so hard to just pick spreads and whatnot with Thunder games. And the Thunder are in this tier now where, if we get the Thunder anywhere near even money, we take them. There's something that I was talking about in the regular season, some in the MLB with the Los Angeles Dodgers. A little bit of a different circumstance, but at least when the Dodgers had their elite pitchers going and not when they were pitching like Emmett Shaneen and, Kershaw. I know Kershaw wasn't bad this season, but you know what I mean? Like when the Dodgers were pitching, like Snell or Glasnow or Ohtani or Yamamoto in the regular season, and we saw them in even money, we'd go, automatically we got to take the Dodgers because they're too loaded to not win games like that. The Thunder are in that same tier. If we ever get OKC anywhere near even money, we take them. The thing is, guys, OKC legitimately, and I might be wrong here, but I think I'm thinking from now all the way on to Game 4 of the NBA Finals, the Oklahoma City Thunder will never be anything less than 4.5-point favorites. I don't think you're ever going to get this team at under 5-point favorites. Never. I don't think they're going to be an underdog in any game they play, barring injuries. They will always be favored by 4.5 or more points from here on out. And that, because it's just how good they are. Guys, the Thunder are at home tonight and they're 18.5 point favorites against the Kings. I get it, the Kings aren't very good, but really? So tonight we're going to go with SGA on over assists. Last 4 games for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he has gone over 6.5 assists. He put up 11 in the Warriors game, 9 in the Lakers game, 7 in the Hornets game, and then 8 in the Pelicans game. Now, the problem that we have with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is he doesn't play fourth quarters because the team's already winning by so much. But yet, again, I'm telling you all these lines where, I mean, look at the best one. Look at the Warriors game, 28 points and 11 assists. SGA doesn't play the fourth quarter in that game. Hornets game, 33 points, 7 assists. He doesn't play the fourth quarter. Lakers game, 30-9. Doesn't play the fourth quarter. He's doing this in 3 quarters of work because that's just how good Oklahoma City is. So obviously all the attention goes to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and something that's not entirely being talked about right now is that SGA's developed a 3-ball and a very good 3-ball. Guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the month of November is a 46% 3-point shooter. And he's averaging like 5 3-point attempts per game. So the guy on average is hitting about, anywhere either 2 or 3 or potentially 4 3-pointers per game. Yeah. And also, by the way, he's the best mid-range shooter in the league percentage-wise. And now he's all of a sudden has a great 3-point ball. I don't know how you beat this team. And I don't know how you beat this player, who is the best player in the association and one of the greatest players to ever walk the earth. And that, again, is a combination of what he does defensively, obviously. I know there are better scorers. I think Luka might be a better scorer than SGA. Give it on the night, I don't know. But defensively, obviously, he's not a competition. And I love Luka. Luka's, one of my favorite players, obviously. He's on my favorite team. Anyways, though, I think Shai's going to be able to find a way to get 7 assists here. Because that's what happens when you have such a loaded team around him. Casey Wallace can shoot, Lou Dort can shoot, Chet, Isaiah Hartenstein feed down low, bench unit comes in, AJ Mitchell, is probably going to win 6th Man of the Year this season. He's been phenomenal for Oklahoma City. Isaiah Joe's a shooter, Caruso, Jay Will. I mean, guys, AJ Mitchell off the bench is averaging 16 points per game, and sure, a lot of that will come because they're just winning by so much, so okay, I just take over in the 4th quarter because we don't have anyone else to play, but it's absurd what this team is doing. They're going to break the wins record, and they're going to start 15-1 after their victory tonight against the Kings. So again, we need SGA to get 7 assists in 3 quarters. But that's fine, because he's still going to play about 28 minutes in those 3 quarters, which is absurd. The guy's playing 28 minutes and still putting up these numbers. He's going to play 28 minutes, he's going to score 30 points, and he's going to find a way to get 7 assists. And really, it won't look that difficult. Against a Sacramento team, by the way, that has no big presence tonight, no Domantas Sabonis. Keegan Murray's approaching a comeback. He's approaching his return, but he's not back just yet. So no Sabonis. That means Drew Eubanks is down low. Okay. And then what, we're going to throw... They have to throw Precious Achiuwa down there, I would think. Just playing the matchup. I know Achiuwa is not one of their starters, but who else are you going to start down low? You're just going to put DeMar on Chet? Assists for days. I don't know how Sacramento's going to play this team because Achiuwa doesn't play that big of minutes for the squad. He doesn't really start for this team. He has some, I think, this season. But I don't know. I think they're going to have to start Precious Achiuwa. So we're going to have Precious Achiuwa on Chet. What happens when Chet takes it to the outside? And what happens when Chet can just shoot right over him? And then you got Hartenstein on Drew Eubanks, who's a very undersized center. Plays well for his size, sure, but... Yeah, this should be assists for days for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and this will not be a competition. The Sacramento Kings are a 3-11 team this season, and the last time they played OKC in Sacramento, the Thunder won by 31 points. They won 132-101. Yikes. I guess Maxime Reynaud will play a lot. I forget about Reynaud. Reynaud's playing big-time minutes for this team. Well, like 15 minutes per game. Reynaud's going to have to play off the bench. They need to play Reynaud more. He's 7-1. He's a rookie from Stanford. I like Maxime Reynaud quite a bit. Anyways, though, OKC wins, obviously, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes over 6.5 assists. On to our next game, and our 4th best bet, we go to Dallas, Texas. For the Dallas Mavericks and the New York Knicks. I can't believe I'm doing it. Give me the Knicks. Team that I, don't like. I've not banned them, but I've tried to stay away from New York. We hit our last Knicks bet, and obviously we bet against them. We had the Miami Heat. The Heat hold on to the victory. I thought the Knicks were going to come back, and the Heat were going to choke it. Heat win. Now we're going to be going with the Knicks minus 5.5 in Dallas. Primetime spot, ESPN, big-time basketball game. It's in the thumbnail between the 8-5 Knicks and the 4-11 Dallas Mavericks. The Knicks should run all over this basketball team. And it's because of their scoring ability. I know, again, they're a really good team at home. I understand, and they haven't been the best on the road yet this season. They lost in Chicago. They lost in Miami twice so far already, even though they played the Heat already 3 times total. Anyways, and they lost in Milwaukee. I get it. The Mavs don't offer this team anything. The Mavericks are horrible. This game should have got flexed off of ESPN, and they should have put the Chicago-Portland game on ESPN. Actually, no. After we witnessed the Trailblazers lay a complete egg last night on NBC, I don't need to watch the Pistons on primetime ever again. More on them in a second, okay? I will talk about the Pistons. Anyways, though, give me New York to cover against the Mavs. There is obviously some injury concern. Jalen Brunson has been in and out of the lineup. OG Anunoby is out. Brunson's not played in a week, but now he draws the questionable tag. Big time. Obviously, Brunson's got the ankle injury. He's a 28 points per game scorer for New York. If Brunson plays, that's absolutely massive. I think he's going to, because he hasn't gotten this tag in a while. If Brunson's playing, it's a whole nother game. And honestly, how do the Mavericks keep up with New York? I mean, again, this is just my thing with the Knicks. Like, on paper, this team should be fine. I think they should blow them out. We shall see, though. You never know what you get from this team. And really depends, what Karl-Anthony Towns do you get? Do you get, one of the best players in the league, Cat, or do you get Cat, who's going to go 2 for 14 from the field and score 8 points? Which one are you going to get? Cat's still going to give you rebounds, obviously, but what is he going to do scoring-wise? Now, for the Dallas Mavericks, this is a team that's won 1 game in their last 6, and it was a victory over the Portland Trailblazers. Yep, way to go, Portland. More on them again in a second. But it's still a very injured team. They are going to get Lively and Gadford playing tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, both Lively and Gadford are probable tonight. Gadford with the ankle injury, Lively with the knee injury. Obviously, Anthony Davis is still out. That's their best player. Sure, Cooper Flagg's been putting up numbers this year, but it's just a lineup when you look at that can't keep up with the Knicks, right? Mavs are starting Brandon Williams, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. You're bringing in guys like D'Lo, Clay, Lively off the bench. That's not a lineup that can compete with this team. Let's just be honest. It's not a team that can compete with New York. The Knicks are much better. They are levels better than the Dallas Mavericks. And obviously the records show that, and the games show that already this season. I mean, the Mavs have done nothing but lose yet this year. Obviously, no, Anthony Davis is brutal, and I get it. AD, I think, has probably played his last game as a Dallas Maverick. I don't know where he'd go. Again, we've talked about Chicago potentially. We shall see. And then the New York Knicks. I mean, this is an 8-5 team. Sure, you feel like they should probably be better than 8-5, and that's my gripe with them. Like, I don't think that they're going to go anywhere in the postseason. Obviously, yes, they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and then Tyrese Halliburton did what he did to him last year. I don't know. I think they win this game. Again, like, in a long-term outlook for the Knicks, I'm not too impressed. And there's a reason I don't include them in, who's going to play the Thunder in the finals? Who's going to do the honors of getting swept by the Thunder in the playoffs? There's a reason I don't really include the Knicks in that conversation, because I don't think they're going to win in the playoffs. And I know, okay, well, they got, look at Brunson, look at Cat. They're not going to show up in the postseason. Like, believe me, okay? I will be damned if the Knicks go to the finals this season. And honestly, for Knicks fans, it's probably better that they don't, because they don't want to see their team get swept in the NBA Finals by SGA. SGA will become a Trae Young level villain. You know what's going to happen in the Knicks in the playoffs? I know I'm getting off tangent here a little bit. Trae Young's going to send them home this year. Ooh, I so hope so, man. We see semifinals, Knicks, Hawks, MSG. Trae Young sends them home. I can see it now. Anyways, though, give me the Knicks tonight. If Brunson does not play, it should be fine. Like, Miles McBride is playing. Mikal Bridges is still playing. I know Adenubi sucks. But there are guys who can make up for Brunson, relatively speaking. Obviously, you need Brunson in the lineup if you're going to compete at the highest level. But against a team like Dallas, I mean, we'd love to have Brunson playing. But if he's not, okay, I still think they can get it done. And obviously, if Jalen does not play, this line should come down. No Brunson, I would think, 3.5. Maybe 4.5, and that's okay. Again, that should still be able to cover as well. But ultimately, it comes down to, okay, the Knicks, some nights they play good defense, some nights they don't. Dallas should not be able to keep up scoring-wise with this team. Last game, they went to Minnesota and scored 96 points. And their leading scorer was Jaden Hardy. No disrespect to Jaden Hardy, but this is a 5 points per game scorer, scoring 17, and now, he leads your team one game. Come on now. This is horrible, okay? The Mavs, they have to sell this trade deadline, right? Everyone's going to be gone, I assume, other than Flagg and the young guys. Anyways, though, give me New York on the road, -5.5. Brunson and the Knicks get it done, or Cat and the Knicks get it done. We'll see who plays. Give me New York, though. Final best bet of the video, we go to the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. We're to the Moda Center at the Rose Garden. I'm taking the Chicago Bulls money line. Money line's at -140. We're going to play it. They will 100% win this game, guys. The Bulls are back, thankfully. I was a little concerned through that losing streak, and they win when you least least expect it, right? That wasn't even thinking they were going to beat the Denver Nuggets. I kind of just said, oh, we're not going to cover that game because Denver's going to blow them out. Second night of the back-to-back for Chicago. They go to overtime the night before at Elevation in Utah, and then they're going to have to go to Elevation again up in Denver. And they find a way to put 130 points in the Nuggets and win, giving Denver, their third loss of the season? Was it third or fourth loss of the season? Third loss of the season. Incredible stuff. Chicago breaks their 5-game losing streak. We're thinking, are they back to being a play-in type team? Well, that game against Denver showed what Chicago can do to you. Led by Josh Giddey, no Kobe White, so Giddey goes out there and puts up 21, 14, and 6. Absurd numbers. Again, all-star numbers for Josh Giddey so far this season. Kobe White's only played in 1 game so far this year, and he had a massive role, obviously, in that game against the Utah Jazz. Hits a shot to send the game into overtime. Obviously, they don't come out as victorious in that game. Sorry, it's a double overtime game. They don't come out as victorious in that one, but Kobe White hit big shot after big shot, led the team in scoring in 27 in his first game of the year. Obviously, did not play the second night of a back-to-back against Denver. Kobe White, though, obviously in the lineup tonight. This lineup with Kobe White in it, it's really good. Giddey, White, Okoro, Buzelis, Vooch. That's why there is some intrigue around Anthony Davis coming here. Now, what does the trade look like for 80, though? I don't know. It's definitely picks, and I think Matas Buzelis has to be in the trade, which I don't know if Chicago honestly wants to do because Matas is averaging 15 points per game right now. If they can get AD without giving up Matas, I'd do it. It'd have to be picks, though, and Vucevic. I think you'd do it, but here's the thing. Would you really want to, though? Because 80 just gets hurt. Now, maybe you give up Okoro? You just give up but I don't know. You give up Okoro on picks and then go Buzelis at the 3. I just don't think the 80 to Chicago thing's going to work. I know there is interest on the AD side of going to the Bulls. I just don't think it's going to work out personally. Anyways, though, I'm not going to say they're fine without Anthony Davis. I was I really wanted Kevin Durant, actually, to come to Chicago in the offseason. I thought, well, hell, you plug in Kevin Durant right now for Isaac Okoro, the Bulls win the East. Giddey, White, Durant, Buzelis, Vucevic. That team wins the Eastern Conference. Yeah, where do you get some of your defense? I don't know. You'll figure it out. You just outscore teams. Like, everyone in the East is going to try this season, right? All the teams in the East, guys, all these top teams in the Eastern Conference play the same brand of basketball. We're just going to shoot a billion threes and try to outscore you. They've all followed the Celtics formula, Detroit and the Pacers formula. Detroit, Cleveland, Toronto, New York, Philly, Atlanta, Chicago, Boston, Orlando now. They all do the same thing. Like, they all play the same exact brand of basketball. I guess. Again, you're going to get, and this is what's going to happen, you're going to get an explosive offensive team in the finals, taking on the best defensive team in the NBA and the Thunder, and they're not going to be able to score. I'm telling you, the Thunder are sweeping whoever come out of the East. Or, legitimately, anybody comes out of the West. If it's the Thunder, Nuggets, Rockets, or Lakers, they are all dominating the team in the East. Right? I think Denver, Houston, and Los Angeles obviously have a little bit of a tougher time with the East than the Thunder do. And obviously, we expect the Western Conference winner to be OKC. But I'll be damned if the winner of the NBA Finals does not come out of the West this season. Obviously, Draymond Green's already said it, and a lot of people are already thinking it. Anyways, as I say that, I'm taking an East team to beat a West team. The Bulls will win this game because how disappointing have the Portland Trailblazers been? This team had momentum at the beginning of the season. You're thinking, maybe Portland is a playoff team this year. They're a borderline playoff team. Well, they're 6-8. They've lost three straight games to the Rockets on the road. They go to Dallas and lose to that lowly Mavericks team in overtime. And in their last game last night, what happened? We picked you to beat the Suns, and you score 110 points, and the Suns put it on you in the second half, and you lose by 17 points. Disappointing. Denny Adjeva, I guess, still scores 19. Shaedon Sharp with the scoring with 29. But this is the problem with Portland. If they can't, they have nights where it's most nights they can't get the 3-ball going. But if they don't get their offensive rebounds and they don't again work for second chance possessions, they're screwed. Guys, this team shot 10 for 41 from beyond the 3-point line last game. Look at these numbers. Kamara 2 for 9, Adjeva 2 for 6, Sharp 0 for 6 and still scored 29 points. Caleb Love 3 for 8, big night. But come on, this team does not shoot well from beyond the arc. They're one of the poorest 3-point shooting teams in all of the NBA. They're high scoring because, again, they get rebounds and they have second chance efforts and they play in transition. They get steals. But if that 3-point shot's not hitting, you're in trouble. And here's the thing. Here's the team that can outmatch them. Here's the team that can outplay them and can outrun them in Chicago. The Bulls are a little sloppy with the basketball at times, but I don't really think, Portland's going to see a massive, advantage defensively in this basketball game. I think the Bulls are going to find ways to score and be somewhat careful with the basketball. And oh, by the way, again, right, Kobe White's presence in the lineup makes them that much more dangerous too, because now, oh, there is White, Giddey, and Buzelis. Yeah, obviously, no, Okoro's not going to score, but there are now players on this team. There's a group of players on this team that can really hurt you. And I'm going Chicago Bulls money line here on the road in Portland against this lowly Blazers team that have gone back to what they were last season. A bottom feeder. They'll go on their runs at times, but I'm not sold about Portland right now. I guess Scoot's coming back relatively soon. But oh, by the way, too, we'll see if Drew Holiday plays. Didn't play yesterday, had a calf injury. Obviously, teams are not going to test calf injuries anymore after Halliburton. And then Jeremy Grant didn't play yesterday with an illness. Will he be good enough to play today? I don't know. I don't trust Portland. Neither should you. Not taking the Jailblazers. Give me the Bulls. Chicago minus 140 to close out the night in the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. Folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA Best Bets here for November 19th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily NBA Best Bets. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.